Good morning, y'all. How's everyone doing? Cheryl Lynn, Debbie, Red Rum, Serendipity. Good to see you, girl. How you been? Can y'all hear it raining? I'm going to have to move this back inside or get me a desk and put back inside for times like these. It's pouring the rain here, and it's cold as crap out here. Hey, Cement Shoes, Patty Lynn, Jack's mom. Let me find my live chat here. So this morning, guys, we're going to talk about Suzanne Morphew, little James Hutchinson. That weirdo finally pled guilty to his murder, the momster. I don't even want to call her a mom because she's not a mom. A mom wouldn't do that to her kid. Hey, Alley Cat, good morning. Also, Bob Dylan's being sued, y'all. Now, y'all listen to this. Somebody has come forward, and they said in 1965, this lady said she was 12 years old, and Bob Dylan groomed her and sexually abused her and threatened her with violence. Let me see if I can say this name. Dylan White, good morning. Mark, good morning. Bella, good morning. It's good to see you, Bella. She should be put away for life. I know. I saw that about Bob Dylan. Hey, Misty. Charlie Girl says, good morning. So let's get to it. Let's talk about, what y'all want to talk about first? I mean, we don't have to go in order here. I'd say let's talk about Suzanne. Have y'all been watching those plunder videos about Suzanne? In one of them, Suzanne allegedly told a friend that Barry wasn't very, he wasn't very good to have a conversation with. He wasn't very stimulating. I guess that's how you say it. Hell, I don't know. But Jeff was, her lover Jeff was, because they talked about books and music and all this and that. Y'all know what I think? I think somehow Barry found out that Suzanne sent her lover a picture of her in her bikini that day. Because he came home like at 2 something, and he was like back there where Suzanne was laying out in the sun. Now, damn ladybug's going to start and one out here. Hold on a minute, guys. I got a stalker. Come on, you little stalker. She thinks she can't do anything without me. Hey, Sapphire. Good morning. Okay, let me find this, guys. Okay, so an ex-FBI agent, actually, he's retired. He just retired a while back. He believes that Barry chased Suzanne around the house before she disappeared. I'd say he chased her around the house with the dart gun, hunted her down like prey. Okay, let's read this. Chilling new details about missing Colorado mom Suzanne Morphew. Possible last moments emerged in court last week when prosecutors began laying the groundwork for their murder case against her husband. Okay. On the second day of a 4-day preliminary hearing to determine whether Barry will stand trial for allegedly killing Suzanne, now retired FBI agent Gon Grusing, I guess that's how you say his name, testified that investigators found a tranquilizer cap in the dryer of Barry and Suzanne's home. On May 9th, the day before Suzanne was reported missing, phone records and data from Barry's truck indicate that he returned home at 2:44 p.m., according to investigators. Data unearthed by investigators shows him moving around their home, where Suzanne had been sunbathing in their backyard, prosecutors said. Barry allegedly told the agent that he shot chipmunks after he got home, Grusin said. Are you serious? Why in the hell would he shoot little innocent chipmunks? I feed the chipmunks and squirrels. I mean, yeah, they're a little bit annoying with the bird feeders. That shows a lot about him. Chad Daybell was also shooting raccoons, too, in his backyard. Okay, but Grusin testified he believes Barry did something to Suzanne when he got home and was chasing her around the home. The defense dismissed this theory as pure speculation. Over the next several hours, data shows that the doors on Barry's truck opened and closed. Using data from Barry's cell phone and truck, investigators said they believe he got rid of evidence between 2:47 a.m. 5:30 a.m. on May 10th. 3:25 a.m. data shows Barry's truck is in the area where Suzanne's bike was later found. Suzanne's phone stopped sending signals at 4:20 a.m. Barry then went to Broomfield where he said he had a construction job, which was bullshit. I bet you he wished he'd have thought about that alibi more before he chose to run with it, because you can't even do construction on the weekends in Broomfield without a permit, and he didn't have a permit. Y'all know what I was thinking? What if he shot her with a tranquilizer and buried her alive somewhere? I think there's apps. Maybe he had one of those apps you can put on your phone that like tracks what, someone's doing. I saw one of those apps the other day. And maybe he knew somehow, or maybe he logged into one of her accounts because she used WhatsApp and LinkedIn to communicate with her lover, Jeff Libler. I hate saying his name. I can't say it. Maybe he logged into one of her accounts. He rushed home because he saw she sent that picture and was chasing her around the house. Now, she told, I believe it was her sister, 2 days before she disappeared, that Barry abused her mentally and physically. So, he did physically abuse her, according to Suzanne. I think he snapped on her and killed her. I think he uncovered the affair that day, that night, something, and he killed her. Hopefully, bless her heart. Hopefully, she was dead before he got rid of her. He didn't bury her alive or anything. That came across my mind last night when I was reading this story. Oh my God, what if he shot her and buried her alive? It's like, because he snapped, because he was like so furious that she had cheated on him, was talking to another man, and he wanted to punish her. Gosh, I hope not. I wonder what his daughters think about this. Isn't it funny? He was like right at the location where they found Suzanne's bike before she was even reported missing. Come on. He snapped and killed her. He found out about the affair. I saw another video, and, they were saying that Suzanne took hydrocodone and antidepressants. Of course, she took hydrocodone. She's freaking cancer. She's in pain. And she took antidepressants, and Barry didn't want her to take those because it made her distant. He wanted her to quit taking hydrocodone and antidepressants. Barry is nothing but a control freak. Complete control freak. And when he lost control of Suzanne, he snapped. And he was realizing he was losing control. Yes, it's a crying shame. She did text him that she was done. I closed down my article. I wasn't done with it. There were some more things I wanted to read there. Hold on. Let me go back and get it. She was done with him, and he knew it. I was very shocked that he wasn't having an affair, but hell, he had an Ashley Madison account. That's where married people go to have affairs. I think that's sick. That's sick. Somebody started a website like that, in my opinion. What's wrong with people? I know it makes them money and stuff, but still. I thought this article had some more stuff about their relationship. Let me scroll down. What in the hell is that? Okay, hold on. Okay, during that trip, Barry made 5 trash runs. During the last trash run, which the FBI has on video, Barry said he threw away tranquilizer material. And they found a cap to one of them. It was like a 4 dart case, and one of the darts was missing. And they found the cap to it in the dryer vent. Okay. He also changed his shirt 3 times during the trash run, say investigators. Boy, he was paranoid, wasn't he? A marriage in turmoil. While Barry told Fox 21 in August 2020 his wife's disappearance was the most devastating thing that had ever happened to me, prosecutors say the investigation into her whereabouts and presumed death shows that their relationship was in trouble. On May 6, 2020, 4 days before she vanished, Suzanne sent Barry a text saying she was done and wanted to end their marriage. Barry allegedly indicated that he was going to commit suicide as a result. Barry, you are such a wuss. You are such a wuss. Trying to hold on to her by threatening suicide. Pathetic. You're pathetic. Sorry excuse for a man. While Suzanne had accused him of cheating on her during their marriage, investigators allegedly learned that Suzanne had been having an affair with a former high school classmate for the past 2 years. No wonder. Look who she was married to. A complete control freak. Unfortunately, I believe this cost her her life, this affair. He probably would have snapped on her for something else, though, because he's a freaking weirdo. Okay. May 9th, Suzanne sent the man a text, 2:03 p.m., which is the last time anyone heard from her. Okay, Barry's attorneys did not respond to people's requests for comment. The preliminary hearing will resume on August 23rd. They got no DNA evidence, but they got a lot of good other evidence, it looks like. But they don't got a body. It looks like they'd have to have some DNA, but I don't know. We don't know what else they got. Suzanne deserves justice. I wish he would just fess up and tell where she's at and what happened to her. He is so pathetic, guys. He really is. He pulled a Fotis Dulos. You know, Jennifer Dulos, she vanished from her home, but there was blood evidence in the garage. But anyways, Fotis Dulos, her estranged husband, was caught on security footage discarding of evidence along Albany Avenue in Hartford. I believe it's where it's at. Law enforcement found a lot from his truck. It's amazing how they're able to know when it stopped, even when the door. I know. I was wondering about that, Kathy Reynolds. Like, I didn't know that trucks had that on there, that they knew when the door opened. He will be held over for trial. I have no doubts. You think so, Cheryl T? I'm worried. Hey, Shay, good morning. I'm just worried without a body and stuff and no DNA evidence. Hey, but that's pretty incriminating. His truck and stuff was right by where they found her bicycle. Not to mention discarding tranquilizer stuff and boots and a teal jacket. I heard Lauren Sharp say that. DeLynn White, good question. No, he didn't have no farm animals as I know of or anything. I mean, I don't know why he had them. That's a good question. I mean, the coward probably used to use them to hunt with, shoot the animal or something. Who knows? I don't know why he would do that for instead of shooting them with the gun. That don't really make sense, but I don't know why else. Why the hell was he shooting chipmunks? Who the hell shoots chipmunks? An evil person. Patrick Frazee was convicted of murder without a body. I know, but Crystal Kenny rolled on him. Plus, I guess they found good evidence, but she helped convict him because she cleaned up the murder scene. She got away with murder. He was a big game hunter. Yeah, but why would he need a tranquilizer? Oh, a crying shame says he used to have a deer farm. What the hell's a deer farm? He killed 85 chipmunks. Are you kidding me? I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just chipmunks, but chipmunks are sweet and they don't bother anything, not as I know of. I mean, I just don't understand that. What a asshole. No respect. Only people I know with tranquilizers have a ranch or farm. It's illegal to hunt with tranquilizers in the United States. Well, I mean, I was just trying to figure out, why he would have those. But if he had that deer farm, maybe. Hey, I got a goat. I don't got no tranquilizers. That's never entered my mind. But if you got a lot of animals, I guess you would need them. True, that sick lady going to Sonic after cleaning up the bloody crime scene. I know it. A place where you let people hunt exclusively. That's sick. It's a crying shame. That is sick. Where the wusses can't go out in the woods and hunt like a normal person. It's sick. I got no respect for people that just like to get out and kill these big animals. Hunting's one thing and using the meat. But these big game hunters, really all they care about is killing something big to make them feel powerful. I got no respect for them. No respect at all. Barry was also questioned by the FBI in Indiana about the Delphi case. YouTuber Sweetie Pie spilled the beans on this Sunday. Well, I know a lot of people had said that he looked like that sketch. Honestly, I don't think he's involved with those murders. Tranquilizers are used on large animals so you can check on them and get close to give first aid. Yeah. I agree, Cece. It's not a sport killing animals. No. And if people want to hunt deer, because if you didn't hunt deer, they would overpopulate and starve out. Be nowhere for them to graze and acres and all that, right? So I get that, but there's a right way to do it in a respectful way. I just got no respect for these people that just want to kill a big animal to make them feel big. Barry Morphew must have a little weenie syndrome or something. He's kill big animal and make him feel big. According to Suzanne, he's a complete nut, unstable, completely unstable. And she said she was afraid to stay there after the last kid was out of the house, graduated and stuff. Yeah, they are dangerous. My friend's son, that's how he died. What in the hell do I have pink all over me, y'all? Somebody please tell me. I have no idea. I got something hot pink all over me. There was a deer that ran out in front of his truck. He went up to West Virginia to deliver some parts or something, and he wrecked and it killed him. He was only like 22. Hey, Alyssa. I would feel bad if I killed a bear anyway. Don't me too. Yeah, that's what I say, Cheryl, to you. If you hunt, use the meat or don't hunt. Exactly. Barry's probably got a little weenie, like I said. I hate to talk that way, but it's the truth. I guarantee it. I've seen people say that he is attractive. I was looking at his high school pictures. I didn't think he's all that attractive. He's got like a weird chin and teeth. Don't y'all think he's got like a weird chin and teeth? Hey, I wonder if Barry ever knew that Suzanne and Jeff Libler hooked up in 1989 at a party at Suzanne's house. I wonder if he ever knew about that. Yeah. I went to my patient's hospital room who sports games hunt elephants in very next patient's room. I went to work for elephant rescue. Why would anybody want to kill a beautiful elephant? They're majestic creatures. I can't stand that. I cannot stand it. Okay. Now, let's talk about this weirdo bitch. Hey, y'all, I feel a little bit bad for calling that woman a bitch yesterday in my chat, but she pissed me off. You don't smart off to me in my own chat. And I've not said nothing to you. Screw that. I did feel a little bit bad. I was like, damn, you shouldn't call her a bitch twice. But you know what? Don't smart off to me because I don't smart off to y'all. You know what I mean? Screw that. Okay. Mother missing. They shouldn't even call her mother. That's why I said monster mom. Okay, she's pleaded guilty to murder. She didn't say she'd give up. That's what the prosecution is saying. She's basically saying by pleading guilty that she gives up and she committed the murder. Okay, the mother of 6-year-old presumed dead has pleaded guilty to his apparent murder. James Hutchinson is believed to have been killed in February of this year. Police documents show Brittany Gosney confessed to driving her 3 children to a wildlife preserve about a half an hour away from their Middleton, Ohio home in an attempt to abandon all 3. She reportedly said that James clung to the car door as she was driving away, and he was dragged or run over by the car. Then she admitted to putting James's body in the car with his siblings and keeping his remains there for about another day before she and her boyfriend allegedly drove across the state border to Indiana to toss his body into the water. Wait, hold up a minute. I thought she took his body back home, put it in an upstairs bedroom under a window. Is that not correct? Did they change that? Did she admit to leaving it in the car? It don't matter because they took his body and threw it over in the Ohio River. I think on the Indiana side it just said. And his body has not been found to this day. Gosney pleaded guilty to 1 count of unclassified murder in the death of her son. She has pleaded guilty to 2 counts of endangering children. It is unknown at this time if Gosney is expected to provide information in the search for her son's body as part of any plea agreement. A reporter for WBCO said in a Twitter post that Gosney said she gave up and admitted to committing the crime. A guilty plea eliminates all doubts of accident or any other defense. Okay. Okay, so what happened to her ugly-ass boyfriend? Gosney faces 15 years to life in prison. She deserved the damn death penalty. Now, I want you to imagine that. Her trying to abandon her kids at a wildlife reserve in a parking lot. And this little boy clinging to the van door, begging his mommy not to leave him. Even though the bitch was very abusive to him. And the other kids standing there, siblings, watching as she dragged him as he clung to that door and ran over him. Then she put him in the car. She loaded him up and put him in the car. And they had to ride home with James's body. I don't know if he was dead at that point or what. Maybe dying. I don't know if it killed him instantly. Nobody knows because they can't locate his body. How can anyone do that? Look at that ugly redheaded thing. Nothing against redheads. But I'm just saying, she's uglier than sin. Cute little James. One of his teachers said what she remembered about him was how he smiled and how he would get tickled, if he won, like, they had these little contests, like if he won like an extra lunch or something. That's probably because he didn't get food at home. And the weirdo was living with her ex-sister-in-law's man. His name is James. What is his name? His name's James, too. I can't remember his last name. Crap. Weirdos. Imagine his siblings, what they witnessed. That's heartbreaking. I was just thinking, hey, Sonia, hey, Sky, I was just thinking about little James the other day, and and what had happened with this case. So I don't know if she will ever admit what they really did with him. We don't really know if they tossed him into the river or not. James Hamilton, thank you, Kathy. I knew it started with an H because when this case was first going on, I used to get their names mixed up. Well, I hope those kids, the siblings, are in a good home now and getting therapy. Oh, and the van that she took to abandon her kids was registered to James Hamilton, but allegedly he wasn't there when that happened. He just knew about it afterwards and helped her discard of the body, which in my opinion, he's just as guilty. Lock him up and throw away the key. They never need to see the light of day again. I'm just reading the chat. Okay. Now let's talk about Bob Dylan. Prayers for James's siblings. I really hope they're in a good home. They deserve to be loved and cared for and protected. That bitch makes me sick. Put me in the room with her. I'd like to beat it out of her. I know you can't do things. That's why I couldn't be a cop, because I'd be going in there trying to rough them up. I'd be trying to waterboard them. Hey, but really, that's what they should do to these people. I know they can't, but you know, when they're admitting, she walked into a police station and admitted all this. They should have took her into the interrogation room, waterboarded her till she told the whole truth. That's what they deserve. Really, they should take these child abusers, child murderers, molesters, predators out into the town square. Just let everybody stone them to death. Whip them to death with a cane pole or something. That's what they should do. Then hang them. Poor old Bob Dylan, he's 81 years old and being accused of this. I mean, I don't know if this lady's lying or not, but why wait 50-some years to come out about it? I mean, I don't know. Bob Dylan accused of grooming, sexually abusing 12-year-old girl, threatening her with physical violence. I mean, he could have, but why did she wait all these years to come out? It happened in 1965. 1965. I mean, I have to question people's motives when they wait 50-some years. I mean, really. I don't never like to say someone's lying about being sexually abused, because I was abused as a child. So I don't like calling people liars about it. But I mean, you know, I'm just being honest. I'm like, you know, is this true, or is this woman trying to get money? I mean, I don't know. So a Connecticut woman filed a lawsuit in New York, folk legend Bob Dylan sexually abused her in 1969 or 65, when she was just 12. Okay, and the New York Post obtained a newly filed lawsuit accusing Dylan of grooming and abusing the girl during a 6-week period in 1965 when he had an apartment at the famed Chelsea Hotel. The lawsuit alleges Dylan gained the girl's trust before plying her. I've never heard it stated that way. Plying her with alcohol and drugs, sexually abusing her. He also became emotionally abusive. Bob Dylan, over a 6-week period between May and April 1965, befriended and established an emotional connection with the plaintiff, the court papers claim. Dylan allegedly formed an emotional connection with the then child, identified only as JC, from Greenwich, Connecticut, to lower JC's inhibitions, with the object of sexually abusing her, which he did, coupled with the provision of drugs, alcohol, threats of physical violence, leaving her emotionally scarred and psychologically damaged to this day. Some of the incidents of abuse allegedly took place at the Chelsea Hotel. It's unclear from the report how Dylan first became acquainted with the child. The plaintiff accused him of an assortment of offenses, including false imprisonment and battery. Bob Dylan, who is now 81, denied the allegations through his lawyer. This 56-year-old claim, damn, it's been 56 years, is untrue and will be vigorously defended, the attorney said. The lawsuit was filed on Friday, just ahead of the newly instated New York Child Victims Act look-back window, which allows of juvenile abuse without consideration to previous statutes of limitations. Also this week, another accuser has come forward to claim Jeffrey Epstein sexually abused her in 2003 when she was 17. Well, that one's probably 100% true because that's all that weirdo did. He's rotting in hell right now. He split hell wide open when he was committed suicide or was murdered, whatever the hell happened to him. I believe he took the coward's way out because he knew his money wasn't going to get him out of it this time. That's what I believe. Okay, so tell me what y'all think. Y'all think Bob Dylan did this? A little suspicious, isn't it? What's the 12-year-old girl doing with Bob Dylan? Where was her parents? Like, I know this was in like 1965, but there had to be good parents back then. Most parents back then, I know, wouldn't have let their kid be alone with the grown man, Bob Dylan or not. I don't know. Might be out trying to get some money. Who knows? I'm not going to call him a liar, but I'm just suspicious. Giving it the side eye. It's a possibility he did it. Anything's possible. It's also a possibility she's full of crap. I want to know how they met. This is true. Prove it. Of course he did. Hollywood world is like that. Yeah, probably did. Elvis Presley had a 15-year-old Priscilla living with him. Really, Mimo? Hey, Mimo. R. Kelly preyed on young girl. Well, y'all's making good points there. Maybe it's true. I mean, but I'm just like a little suspicious. 56 years. It's always something gunning for a new law. That's when I get my doubts. 100%. Yeah, that's why I was like a little suspicious. Wolf powers. I think this behavior was considered normal back then by lots of people, including parents, including my parents. Really? At 12 years old? Girls were regarded as temptresses deserving of the abuse. Yeah. Kirk Douglas got away with murder? I didn't know that. Oh my God. I knew that Priscilla was young. I didn't know that she was like 15 though. I thought she's like 17 or something. One of the Manson followers left their 13-year-old to go with Charles Manson. Lord have mercy. Let's see. There's David Bowie, Iggy Pop, Keith Moon. They're all weirdos? Oh my gosh. R. Kelly, he's a complete weirdo, and he's never getting out of prison either. Look at these weirdos. Make it to the top. And they got this weirdo behavior. There's probably a weirdo before they made it to the top. I'm going to be mad if they don't arrest more of Lori's cults. I was reading somewhere the other day. Well, I wasn't reading. I just saw like an article for it. Something about Lori and her cult being swingers. Makes perfect sense now. Remy, all pedophiles. Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving up on Hollywood weird for as long as possible. Yeah, I don't keep up with like the weirdos in Hollywood, like all the stars and stuff. I mean, I might see something on the news and stuff. I'm not big into these stars, you know. They're okay. Nope, he didn't have sex with Priscilla, but wanted her protected. Parents gave her away to live with him. Wow. She is beautiful. She's still pretty. That's how they get to the top. It's a cult. You know, I watched a video. I wish I could find it. A few years ago, and this YouTuber was discussing the sex cult in Hollywood. I didn't know whether to believe it or not. I totally believe it now. But he was saying, like, some of these people that make it to the top, these singers and stuff, they have to go through this initiation and be sexually abused by these weirdos. And he interviewed this one guy that refused to do that. And guess what? He didn't make it to the top. Mm-mm. I wish I could find that video. I'm going to try to look for it because it was very interesting. I watched this before I even started my YouTube channel. And, I was thinking, I don't know, it's a little out there, but I totally believe it now. I totally believe it. That's where the couch interview comes from. Yep, and others knew and said nothing. Please do say. Yeah, it was very interesting. And he named one of the guys that went through the initiation, Denzel Washington. And I was like, oh, hell no. Denzel Washington ain't going up there and letting them sexually abuse him in the rear. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's what I was picturing in my mind. I didn't know what the hell they were doing to him. But I was like, I can't see him doing that. But every one of them that make it, most of them have to go through that. It's a sex cult. Yep. I always thought Robert Wagner seemed like ice cold. Oh, yeah. I'm still like trying to figure out about the Kirk Douglas stuff. I can't believe that. Yeah, they said Denzel Washington. He is good looking as hell. He is fine as hell. And me picturing him going through that was not a good sign. I can't help it. I get mental pictures when I'm watching stuff or reading stuff. I can't control it. Well, Denzel Washington pitched CC. It's a sex magic rituals and rituals satanic abuse. Yes, guy, that's what they were saying in that documentary. Yeah, they're Satan worshipers. Mm-hmm. I mean, just look at Weinstein. Freaking weirdo. Don't you hate it when these weirdos get cuffed and stuff? These old weirdos. And then they come in court and they're walking on their little walker and they're so frail and weak. Hey, you weren't frail and weak when you was abusing on these women, was you, Mother Clucker? Some of it I totally believe. The other stuff I won't say is possible, but it's definitely hard to fully believe. Yeah. So, yeah, some of it, that's the way I am. Some of it I totally believe. I was having a hard time finding that truth about Denzel Washington. Who else? I can't remember who else they was naming in there. I just remember Denzel Washington because I about fell out of my freaking chair. Because I think he's hot as hell. I call bullshit. Me too. I don't want to believe that. Marilyn Monroe. Hey, they killed Marilyn. She was getting ready to do a press conference and read from her little red leather journal called The Kennedy's Out. And she died. And guess what? When they took her to the morgue, I watched a documentary about her. They took her journal and the coroner put it in the safe. Guess what? Next morning it's gone. She had everything documented about her affair with JFK, his brother, everything in that journal. She always had that red leather journal. What is it, Ladybug? Well, guys, I better get off here. My dog's aggravating the crap out of me. Also, Phil Spector. Oh, my God. What a weirdo. He is a weirdo. Remember when he was on trial and he would wear all the different wigs in the court? He looked like a complete freak. He is a freak. I'm sorry. He is a freak. Complete weirdo. I love how you present things. See, you're real. Thank you. I just know how to be me. Hey, the Kennedys is dirty. Hey, one of the Kennedy sisters, she had mental illness. They done like a lobotomy on her. They was ashamed of her. That's awful, isn't it? Prince, okay, now I like Prince's music, but he's weird. I'm not going to call Prince a freak because I don't know any freaky stuff he did offhand, but he was a little weird. Y'all remember when he shamed Kim Kardashian off the stage? He brought her up on stage, and Kim Kardashian, she cannot dance. She cannot dance. She one of them people that just stays in place and moves just a little bit. Anyways, he shooed her off the damn stage. I laughed my ass off, which I shouldn't have laughed at. That embarrassed the hell out of her. Rose, she's the reason for Special Olympics. Is she, Remy? Robert Durst looks like an unwrapped money. I'm telling you, he looks like he just come straight off the Walking Dead set. I mean, he looks like one of them damn zombies. Karma's a bitch. He's going to die a slow, painful death for all his murders. He got away with murdering his roommate and hacking him up. Hey, Sunshine Baby. You caught me live. Yeah, but I'm getting ready to end. I'm sorry. I'm going to try my best to do a stream on the porch this evening. I've been saying it and saying it. I'm really going to try to do one this evening and get myself put together and get Mark to go get my mail. I got an eyeshadow palette. My awesome bestie Sapphire sent me. I want to try out Color Pop. It's the cherry one. I want to try that out. So, and chat with y'all, show it to y'all. Ooh, I got a good Ipsy bag too I can show y'all. I got. But, you know, they sent me some hint mascara, but it sucks, guys. It does. It sucks. It's kind of weird, the shit we watch. I know. Mark thinks I'm a total weirdo because all I do is watch Forensic Files, Snapped, the ID channel. Of course, I watch TLC, 90 Day Fiance, and all that crap, Sister Wives. But mostly, like, around the house, I'll be watching Snapped unless Andy Griffith's on in the evening. I love me some Andy Griffith. I do. I love Andy Griffith. Happy to see you too, Meemaw. Well, yeah, I'm rambling on. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for chatting and your support. Be safe, be kind, and peace. Yes, it did. It did work, Sapphire. And Charlie Girl says use my link too. So thank you both for that. I got a lot of points, and I got the eyeshadow palette. They're going to send it with my next Ipsy bag. But let me tell you, girls, something before I get off here. When you first order Ipsy, it takes a little bit to get it. Yeah, so don't worry if it's a couple weeks. You'll get it. Then it gets faster. Anyways, y'all have a good day. See y'all later, hopefully. Peace.